Hi, I'm Todd Barton. I'm the mayor of Crawfordsville, Indiana. For us, we've been exploring many different ways of trying to better communicate with our community. We have really a lot of activity in this community and have a lot of success recently. But with the decline of newspaper readership, we were just always struggling to find the best ways to communicate. So we've created kind of a platform of several different tools, and Yodel is one of those. One of the constant things that we were battling was the perception that there's really nothing going on or nothing to do in the community. And we always recognized that we needed a common calendar, so to speak, and a place where people could find out exactly what was happening in the community every single day and choose which events interest them. So Yodel for us has been very successful in helping us bridge some of those additional gaps and then pull the other platforms together.
Genesis for us to get started with Yodel was last fall. The Chamber and Economic Development, we had a joint event in the early part of October, and when we had planned for that date, we didn't realize that across the county there were about 7 or 8 other events happening at the same time. And so, we've heard over and over, like, gosh, it would sure be nice if we had one place where we could look and see all the things that were happening, but that really kind of turbocharged the conversation because the event planners can look at the calendar too and kind of help pick dates where there's maybe less activity so you can all kind of play together.
Barton was saying, what people don't know, they will make up and put on social media. So it's been really helpful to have Yodel in place to kind of combat that. The other night here in our local community, we had a huge water main break, and the city put out a boil alert. And you can put that out on social media, you can put that out on the local radio stations, you can put that out on every media outlet you can think of, and people still didn't know we had a water boil alert for the whole community. So
it's a safe bet to say that readership is down from what it was in 1983, no doubt. I think probably the biggest challenge that we face here is people say, well, I didn't know such and such was happening. And so you ask them, well, do you read the paper? No. Do you listen to the radio? No. Well, do you get on social media? No. Well, do you even open your mail? Well, maybe sometimes, So it's really hard sometimes to figure out how to approach everybody. You have different subsets of the population. Someone mentioned Snapchat a while ago. I honestly have no idea what Snapchat is. I know one of my kids has it, does it, whatever, but that's about the extent of my knowledge. It's nice to have, one place where you can gather all the information and get it out there.
With the newest launch of the Yodel news feed, how has that opened the opportunity for better local communications?
So I'll just speak from our community. Our nonprofits are loving it because they're gaining valuable tools. They're also gaining the ability to have these people go on and become members so that they can get their news articles and newsletters and things like that. So they're gaining email addresses. And I've been told by several of my medium to small size nonprofits, they're gaining volunteers by being able to communicate through Yodel. So this is a pivotal way our community is seeing. I always say, there's a lot of people in our community that says, you should do this or you should do that. This is giving them the tools to become one of those people to get involved and do it with us. So it's taking that inclusive feeling and putting it into the community, say, we're all a part of this community. Come aside with us. Come, weed our flower beds downtown, become involved anyway. There's so many ways on Yodel, and I love the fact that it sorts things, so whatever your interests are, you can become involved with those. And we're benefiting greatly with new volunteers. I feel like there's a renewed feeling of community.
What other ways is your community benefiting from the Yodel platform?
think attendance at events. I mean, attendance is up, and that could be for a variety of reasons. But I think Yodel is a part of that because people, they understand what's happening, they have access to it. So some of the events that maybe didn't get as big a turnout before will now have people there who wouldn't have probably known about it before Yodel. We're seeing that especially with like school-related events where if you didn't have a child in school, you didn't maybe know that the play was happening or something like that. And we have a college here in the city, so a lot of people didn't have access to that schedule to understand the events, the arts events or whatever are happening on campus that now do. So everybody's seen an increase in attendance. And like I said, there could be other factors, but we think Yodel's a factor in that.
I totally agree with what Mayor Barton said. Our attendance, we hosted our town, Coshocton, hosted a summer concert out on the Court Square this past Saturday. It was rainy. It was not a great night for a concert, and there were still over 4,000 people that attended. So I really feel like Yodel is fostering communication. It's giving people a way to collaborate and empower them to become more involved in our community.